The
Don't
reason I
res
did
it,
it
Evo! Don't
earlier.
res! Oh, I thought you were resing.
More,
My heart was gonna...
One.
Res the Genji! Res the
Nice,
Genji!
guys.
No,
Nice
not
job.
d.va!
Huge res. Nice job.
It's not a huge res! Don't!
Why not?
Don't listen to
They're
silence!
pushing them off the point.
This video is sponsored by Cyanide Esports, the home of affordable professional Overwatch coaching. Our wide variety of highly skilled coaches will work with you one-on-one to develop a program tailored to your needs, and with our 100% satisfaction guarantee, you won't be disappointed. Check out the link in the video description to learn more.
So for starters, this is also my first FPS game, but you kind of
nice.
learn how to play the game. Like I started on the PS4 and I had no idea how to aim. So I moved to the PC, but I took all the knowledge of every single character's abilities with me. And yeah, the game just clicked. And it's a pretty good game. Now, as to Mercy herself, she has been healed, and that's not to say that she's not viable. In fact, the stats have shown that Mercy does tend to do better than Ana in the elos up until like mid diamond, high diamond. Then Ana starts taking over. So Mercy's not a particularly bad pick, especially when you're still not in the higher diamond elo. And because she provides consistent healing, which is something that none of the other healers can provide. And she's also very slippery. Moira has her fade, but that's on a 6-second cooldown. If you get caught out of it, you're kind of done. Mercy can fly up in the air at any given moment. Do you know the Mercy like gliding tactic thing?
I do that a lot.
Exactly. That like no other healer can do something like that. Now, unfortunately, your healing is not necessarily meant to sustain someone through high impact damage. That's what characters like Ana and Moira are for, because they have cooldowns that can increase their healing output. Mercy is more for the damage utility. So mostly throughout this, I will be watching how often you damage boost, especially if you guys maintain this comp, because just seeing this, I can tell that Widow benefits greatly from your damage boost, and so does Pharah, obviously. And you also have an Ana, so healing tanks should not be a priority. But then again, let's just keep this rolling and see what happens.
All right, I'll play
Okay.
d.va. I'll play d.va.
Okay, Reinhardt is
Although,
a
yeah, we
great
got two
pick,
healers. I'll play
because
d.va.
that
We gotta
means
have a
that you
tank
can
with two healers.
definitely have her pocket the Reinhardt, while you...
Hey, what's up, guys?
Damage boost on D.va is also not a bad idea,
Hello.
especially when she's
How's
baby
it
D.va,
going?
because she gets her mech
Aw,
back
man.
faster.
Yeah, I do that too.
Okay, let's see. Let's talk about your Mercy settings. Do you... Oh, awesome! You don't have Guardian Angel prefers beam target. Good job.
Oh god, I hate that.
Good job.
How many people have that?
You'd be surprised. It's not bad. It's just this is better.
Yeah, okay.
So let's see what.
I mean, if you've got to back up.
Okay, so admirable effort keeping your beam on the D.va, but keeping your beam shows the target where you are, and that's kind of an issue, especially when they're antied, and you're about to be out of her range anyway. But like a lot of things have happened there, if you haven't noticed. So you're hiding behind cover. That's good use. You're going. Why did you go towards the Genji?
Because he was low and because I knew I could use the wall right to his right to
So
take
like over
cover,
here.
to turn, and then Guardian Angel back across the point.
Well, okay. See, one thing that you should always know as a support player is that it might be a little arrogant, but you are the most important life on the field. So if you ever have to heal someone by putting yourself in danger, that's just not worth it. Let that person die. One thing with healers is we can keep someone up as they're doing something that is stupid, but we cannot fix stupid. So it's just don't, like, this is basically telling the Genji that it's okay if you maintain your bad habit. I'm right here for you. No. If that Genji decides to go on a suicide mission, I mean, he is a flanker, so if he gets a good pick, then good on him. But that doesn't mean that he should be expecting you to be right there with him while he's going on his like suicide kamikaze mission. Just let him do his own thing, and if he needs healing, he should come to you. That doesn't mean that you should like let them die a lot, but like be reasonable. If it puts you in danger, don't do it. unless you think that the enemy team does not have the required skill to be able to take you out. Because if you're to do something like this in GM or even in Masters, like people will notice you and just kill you.
That's fair.
Something else also is the game has been going on for like, let's say 20 seconds and you have not hit your tab yet. So I don't really know what your full team makeup is because there wasn't a Genji at the beginning of the screen. And I don't know what the enemy team's running. I know they have a Reinhardt, but that's it. So yeah, that's what I have so far. Okay, so you have a Reinhardt, you have an Ana. I think that's a Hanzo. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's a Hanzo.
Okay, so Hanzo is a perfect damage boost target. Because he's far away enough that he's not in the middle of the fight, and even if he is, he has high mobility, so he can get out, and you can get out with him. Always like think of these little things. Also, your Ana's kind of low in health. As the off support in the situation, Ana outputs a lot more healing. You keep her alive, she keeps everyone else alive, unless if they're all anti-ed like this. But like that's besides the point.
I'm anti, gotta back up.
But good use of cover when see like this is really good. And you guys already lost the fight.
I gotta fall back.
You should attempt to call things out, like call the most optimal decision, make the right choices. So you might not know what the most optimal call is in the situation, but based on what you've just seen, you lost your Reinhardt, everyone is low. What do you think the more optimal decision would be in the situation?
Probably to back out and regroup.
Exactly. Back out or suicide or something. Because the longer you guys are alive in this like poke phase, the more likely the enemy's gonna build ults and you guys are just gonna die.
Alright, back up.
Yeah, see, like in this situation, your D.Va should just like back up and she is, which is good.
Watch out.
But she should have just like jet backed out or something.
Yeah, I think it
Reaper
should
real
just
low,
use
Reaper real
slow
low.
down. But I
I
think,
got healed up.
yeah, at that point it was just
Yeah.
me, D.va, and
Oh, you
and
did
Ryan.
not need to jump in there. Oh my goodness.
No, I didn't.
No. Oh. Yeah, that was wow. Okay, it's a good thing you didn't die. But that was very risky. Okay, so
yeah, especially
good.
since that Reaper was using the hallway.
Exactly. But you're using cover really well.
Watch out for the Reaper.
And you know that you don't have to be in line of sight of the target in order to keep them healed, right?
We're anti, backing up.
For 3 seconds. It'll
1.5.
Dead.
Is it 1.5?
Yeah, 3 seconds is Zen.
Okay, yeah.
Mercy is 1.5. Okay, you guys already have a pick on the Reinhardt, and they don't have a Mercy. Then again, I don't really know fully what they have. I know they have a Reaper, and a Moira because I can see the little orb here. But that's it. I don't really know what else they're running. Try hitting tab a lot more.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm moving on Hanzo.
Okay, good use of Valk. Okay, what is the purpose of your Valk here? Because like Valk has it has more utility use than like big survival ult use. I like the fact that you used it the moment you get it, but I would like to know that you used it because there was something you had in mind with it instead of just using it for the sake of using it, you know?
Yes, and typically whenever I use Valk, it's to help engage, and I do think my timing could be a little bit better because I will typically use it going into a fight and be on damage boosting, or if it looks like the tides are starting to turn, I'll pop it, then use some healing to get people back up, and then switch to damage boosting to help them finish off the enemy.
Okay, so your main use is basically to sustain during drawn out fights and to provide damage boost because those are your main uses. Now, Valk is not the most high priority ult in the game right now, so it's okay if you don't have the most perfect of timings as long as you're not hogging your ult. Like, use it when you can. And,
Yeah,
like,
I definitely do try.
this is kind of like an okay Valk because you guys have already like killed 2 people, and they had already lost their Reinhardt. So you guys, this is a 6v3. You guys already won this. You could have saved your ult for the next push and damage boosted everyone so that they would get their ults faster. But this is still fine. I don't know what that Reaper was trying to do. It didn't work.
Huge fix, they have no heals,
Oh boy.
Play on point, play on point. Watch Reaper, Reaper, Reaper.
Yeah,
Reaper.
see, you can't really do much here because this is not your fault. But everyone's
Nice
in
one.
queue at once.
Huge. Nice job.
Nice job, guys.
Okay.
Hopefully next food.
I've shot.
Perfect. Yeah, we
Okay,
got.
so back to my point of not pressing tab. You need to do that a lot more because I don't think you've used it once yet.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why I didn't do it this game. I want to say it was because it was our first comp match of the day, and
Mhm.
so I was still like getting.
You were a little rusty for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
That happens, but like I do it to a fault. So this is like if you were to watch my stream, I tab a lot. It kind of like pisses
Mm-hmm.
people off sometimes, but pressing tab allows me to see who has ult on my team, and then I have a mental note of like who is playing which character on their team, plus who has used their ult last time. Because if you know who used their ult last time, you know that they don't have it this fight unless they've been like
Uh-huh.
farming it. And then the same thing happens for people who didn't use their ult last time. So there's a very high chance that they're going to be using their ults. Okay.
Blade and dragons. Yeah, you want to keep him healed during the blade?
Yep, got it.
Yep.
Rosie, can you back
I would damage boost the blade. I wouldn't keep someone healed. Like sure, heal him through a blade, but damage boost slices through everything. His damage goes from 120 per slice to I think like 156 or something. So it's just swipe dash, and everything's dead. So prioritize damage boosting over keeping someone at 100% health because they don't need to be at 100% health. Just know the breakpoints. So do you know how much health each bar represents?
No, actually.
Each one represents 25 health.
Mm.
So let's say they have a Pharah on the enemy team. Pharah does 120 per rocket, I think. I'm not really sure if that's changed after the like the change that they've done to her. Some people have said above, some people have said it's a nerf. But like as long as a character has, let's say, this much health, they'll survive a rocket. So just keep that in mind. Not everyone needs to be at 100% health all the time.
Yeah, she's on it.
Okay.
Yep, shot is up.
Using
Watch out.
cover, perfectly fine.
Ooh.
Okay. I feel like
Yeah, the shadow part.
you bunny hop a lot, even when you don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I know that it's a lot of fun and high mobility and everything's great and life's awesome, but like, try not to fly to someone and then fly past them unless you need the momentum and the distance. So like over here, you fly to your Genji, and then you keep going. That is unnecessary. You could have just flown once and then not hit spacebar. Just, do you have Guardian Angel on toggle?
I actually don't know. Let me go see.
So
I forget
like,
what it has.
Do you click Guardian Angel once and then Mercy does the entire movement? Or do you have to
No,
keep
that
holding
one's
it?
turned off. I have to keep holding it.
Okay, so that means that you have more control over it, which is awesome. That's what I have as well.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So try to use that to your advantage. You don't need to go the full distance of Guardian Angel just because it allows you to. It also makes you less predictable, so the team doesn't even know where you're gonna stop.
Ryan half.
But good job keeping him alive. And yeah, using cover, using line of sight.
On our left, watch out.
Ryan fell back.
Nice.
Oh, he's dead.
Can't really do much about him.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Nice.
Again.
Yeah, see, I normally just say I'm rezzing blah. And
Got him, we got him.
if my
We got
team
him.
decides to help me
Nice,
out,
good
so
shit.
be it. If not, then well, I mean, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But like, it's nice to call it out just because you have a D.Va, she can damage boost.
Rick's gonna have rally
people
here?
know where you are,
Yeah,
that you're not
Ryan's
with
looking
them.
to shatter, watch out.
Perfect.
Okay, you're preempting.
Pushing
Yeah,
into it.
nice
I'm trying to
damage
get a shatter
boost.
off on him. Watch for dragons, watch for dragons.
Okay. You're doing a good job right now, although like, I would just be scared that you're kind of like in the air and exposed. But they don't have anyone. Oh, I would Valk right now and try to
He's
res.
gonna watch out. He's gonna hammer.
I hammered him.
Okay, so in that situation, right here, let's see. Right before the
Yeah,
chaos
Ryan's looking to
starts.
shatter, watch out.
So you
Perfect.
guys kill the Moira. you're not in the rally. I don't know why. Like,
Yeah,
No,
that was a
I'm trying to get a
mistake.
shatter off on him.
and I mean, again, your Brigitte is just doing her own thing to the left side for some reason. She needs to give you guys a shield as well. It's not just, the armor's not just for her. But okay, this is a good position to be in, but they have a Hanzo. So Hanzo could just dome you right here with his logs, and you're instantly dead. So when there's a sniper on the enemy team or a hit scan, the way that you think needs to change. High ground is awesome for most times, unless they have a sniper that can headshot you. So you have to be more unpredictable with your movements, which your movements aren't that bad. They're actually pretty good. But you also need to not show yourself.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that because I feel like I'm paranoid about showing myself. I, like you mentioned earlier, do fly sometimes where I shouldn't, but I do tend to keep behind objects or around
Oh, I've
corners or
noticed that.
stuff.
Like that's really awesome. But do you
Good.
crouch at all?
No, I don't. It's an extra key on my keyboard that my pinky can't stretch to
Oh,
comfortably.
don't do it. Then rebind it. So the way that I have it set up right now is it's my scroll wheel. Yeah,
Okay.
I scroll forward or forward, and my character just crouches constantly. And
That's a
yeah,
great idea.
that paired with like AD spam makes it really difficult for anyone to hit you. But like when I say AD
Okay.
spam, it's different for like again when you're against projectile characters and against hit scan characters.
Yep.
So for a hit scan character, you're basically doing, let's say, this much space. It's like AD, 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 AD. Now against projectiles, you can't do that because all they have to do is just hit the center of mass. And that's the highest probability of them hitting you because you're doing the same movement again. Against them, you want to do this. Left, then a little bit of right, then a little bit of left, then right again, then right, then left. So you just want to keep doing that and being unpredictable with your movements.
Dragons.
Okay. But good using cover here. Like this was really good.
Focus Ryan.
Okay, so you guys they were down their Moira. Now you guys are down your Brigitte. Your Reinhardt's slow. You're probably not going to be able to keep him alive through all of this damage. So this is probably already a lost fight unless your Reinhardt can back out, get healthy, and go back in.
Run one.
So this would be something that I would call out. That come back, let me heal you, and then go back in. Because you're Mercy, you're no longer able to, like, you used to be able to keep people up through damage. Now a lot of it is waiting, expecting your teammates to come back to receive healing, and then going back in. Like your mid-game fight isn't that strong. So you need to tell your tanks or tell your supports to come back to you. Your DPS should come back to you. Or just tell your tank, hold your shield up, I am healing you. So try to think of that to turn the tide around.
He's gonna watch out. He's gonna hammer.
Yeah, no, okay. So they used nano. They used a lot of ults there.
Yeah, they did.
They used chatter. You hit tab. Nice. Okay. Yeah, someone on your team called. Oh, that Reinhardt got melted. So I will upload this so you can watch it again to see exactly what I'm looking at any given moment, and like you know exactly what I'm talking about.
That'd be great. This is like a radio show.
Try reloading the browser. That might do something.
I'm trying a new browser. New browser froze. Twitch is buffering. Oh, no. Visor's not working at all. I'm like pulling it up on my phone quietly.
Oh my god.
Oh great, Visor doesn't work on mobile. Okay, we're fine.
Oh, let's do this. Okay, so over here, everything's fine. You know that they have grav.
Yeah.
You are damage boosting for some reason.
Yeah, I think from behind there. I think I was damage boosting him on the side, the left side, and then I'm gonna switch to healing in once I clear that. But I think I've noticed recently that I can switch without.
Yeah, you don't need someone. Yeah,
sight.
exactly. You could switch at any given moment. You don't need to wait for an animation or something to happen. You could have just. Then again, I mean, your Reinhardt did not hold shield up at all. So, like, I
Yeah.
can't completely fault you there, but he could have stayed alive longer. Like I said, you can't fix stupid, you can keep it going on for a longer time.
Careful.
Damn, that was really dumb. That's not
Okay,
good.
so okay, so here, everything's fine. She's at full health.
Yeah.
You don't need to heal. You could go immediately to damage boost, especially since she just stunned someone. Brigitte is one of those characters that's very bursty with her damage if she uses her abilities correctly. So the moment you see her stunning someone and it landed, that's when you immediately switch to damage boost. You don't even need to make sure that she's at full health.
That's a waste of an ult. Just wait.
Yep, play corner.
They're coming up for growth. Coming up for growth.
Spread out, spread out.
Okay, coming up for grab does not mean that your whole team should go back to a choke. I mean, everyone just backs up. It's like, yeah, you're basically giving her the grab.
Yeah.
And your team's just doing their own thing.
I don't know why Hanzo.
Nice, nice, huge.
Like it's okay that Hanzo did that. It's just that I don't understand why people are still dying. Like, it's
Yeah.
just wait, people, wait. And this is where like you would tell them just wait, guys, or like say something to make them not go and kill themselves. Because like since the call has been made, your Brigitte has died, your D.va lost mech, your Genji decided to jump in. Why, people? Just wait. You're okay.
And then Ryan's waiting patiently at the choke with his shield.
Yeah, shielding whom? You don't know. You wouldn't know.
Huge.
Okay.
I was like, why not? Let's try.
Okay, so like I admirable effort, but like I would have done it way earlier. Like here, you know that you don't need to maintain line of sight with the target that you're rezzing, right?
Yeah, I think from this doorway I wouldn't be able to get Brig. I could probably
Yeah.
get Genji, but I was
Exactly.
thinking Brig with an extra shield.
Genji probably has Blade at this point because it's been a while. So if I don't know what his ult is at, but like given the
Yeah,
amount of
true.
time that's passed since he last used Blade, he probably has Blade. Blade Valk is still a very good combo. Yeah. But yeah, like I understand, like maybe it would have gone.
Also,
Behind you, sorry, behind you, right.
also since she like kind of solo grabbed us,
She did.
and then she was behind some of our teammates and then killed me in the grab. It seemed like a really delayed ult, but also a very useless ult because she was in the middle of my whole team, and yet I still died.
See, okay, the thing is, the whole concept of like I got solo grabbed or I got solo shattered, many people get pissed off at that, but don't forget that if she first of all, she managed to get the main healer of the team, which means that for the next 10 seconds, no one here has healing, which means that she's probably gonna kill everyone else right now. But if you ever get solo grabbed in a very suboptimal position for them, like let's say they just won the fight and then they grabbed, it's like, oh, great. She solo grabbed me after everyone on my team was dead. I wasn't gonna be able to cap the point alone anyway. Win? So think of it that way. Think of it in alt economy terms. But like,
Okay.
remember when I said that Genji might have had Blade? Genji does have Blade.
No,
So
that's good.
you should keep those in mind. Like before rezzing, if you need to hit tab just to see if someone's close to ultimate, do it. That's fine.
Okay.
But otherwise, like just tab a lot more.
Behind you, sorry, behind you, right.
Yeah.
I swear I do.
Alright, we're gonna use this grab, but we need touch in there at 91.
I'm gonna go make sure I can touch.
I would Valk
Yeah, I'm
right
gonna
now
try
just
and
to
touch.
get the extra speed. But like, there's probably not much that you can do here.
Huge.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness! He just popped off.
Yeah, he did.
Testing.
The
Don't
reason I
res it
did it
even, don't
earlier.
res- Oh, I thought you were rezzing.
More,
My heart
more.
was gonna.
Deeper one. There we go.
Res the Genji! Res the
Nice,
Genji!
guys.
No,
Nice
not
job.
deep!
Huge res, nice job.
It's not a huge res! Don't!
Why not?
Don't listen to
They're
silence.
pushing them off the point,
Yeah.
and Genji just used his ult.
No, that's true, but D.va needs to re-mech. If something happens, Baby D.va is one of like the most suboptimal targets to res at any given point because she has 150 health when she comes back and she has like no abilities. If you were to talk to Sai, obviously you'd be very happy that he's getting res. But like you usually would not res the D.Va. If you have someone, because plus D.Va's fast. Like, she can just zoom back and she's fine. Genji gets a lot more done in the mid fight by like spamming in order to get his blade back quickly. Because you guys still, oh, by the way, do you know how much time each percentage costs?
No, how much?
Each percent is 1.5 seconds.
Okay.
So he has 18 seconds right now because there's 12% to like build another blade. That's happened before. Like, it's probably not gonna happen. Plus he just switched to McCree, which is even slower, which makes no sense, but like, it's okay.
Nice work.
Good job, guys.
Nice, huge.
Yeah, I would just damage boot. Ooh. You did not need to fly there.
Yeah, probably not. Because you're right. Like I'm now thinking about it in terms of going higher up the ranks and having people have the enemy have better aim. So exposing myself above that shield was probably not a good idea.
Exactly. You could have just
Yeah.
waited for her to land and she was already coming back.
And that's also part of it. Like I really like this perspective, but at the same time, I feel like in the rank that I am right now, I can't completely trust on like if I res that Genji, he could just fly into the enemy team and then die immediately, and then I'm down a res for 20 more seconds.
You don't trust your teammates to do the right call. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
understandable. See, that's the bane of a support. Because like I said, you not only can see stupid, you can also see stupid through walls. So like,
Yes.
that
That's a
completely
good way of
destroys
putting
your
it.
trust in your teammates. It's like, oh my goodness, what is this Arya with no mobility
Yeah.
doing halfway across the map with the rest of the
Yeah.
edit? What is happening? And then you see her die, and she's like, "Where's the healing?" Like, are you serious now? Like,
Yes.
do you want to get into this? So I
And
understand
so,
that.
like, Genji at 150 health who could go into their backlines and get killed immediately, or D.Va who can remech because we're pushing the enemy off the point, who can remech and have like 500 health. I feel like the 500 would be better if they, for some reason, came back in and started
Decided to
taking the point
recontest.
again.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's I'll give this to you. Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. But do not be afraid to tell your teammates to do something. Like
Okay.
the number, like if I'm playing Ana, for example, even if I'm playing Mercy, and like I see that my Reinhardt's pushed too far forward that I can't heal him, I will tell my Reinhardt, I cannot see you. I'm not gonna put myself in a bad position. I'm just gonna say, Reinhardt, I can't see you. Go to the right side. Or D.Va,
Mm,
come back. You're low. Or you guys
yeah.
are way too pushed up. These are like regular calls that you should start getting used to
Yeah.
because you see this stuff and they don't. Especially if you're Reinhardt, you're like right up there. He doesn't have time to look back because that's how he dies. That's when you tell your Reinhardt, you're too pushed up, come back. Yeah, stuff like that.
Alright, I got Shatter up, but I think he does too.
Okay.
So ready for that?
You're doing a really good job
Focus
here,
in, focus
like
in,
playing
focus
back cover. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, your Reinhardt's insane.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Right,
The team
Dad?
was there to follow up, though, thankfully.
I would damage boost like the McCree here. Like
Yeah.
you're healing a lot.
Are you dead?
Nice
job, guys.
Mhm, I am, and I think.
Oh my
if you do-
god! Oh my god!
Yes. It's so nice to have another support's reaction. You get it. You understand. I'm like, okay, I'm going through his race body and going away from him. just watch what happens.
Oh my goodness.
Someone's on point.
I'm like, yep, I'm not going over there.
Honest dead?
Nice.
Oh wow.
Let me heal Brig through that, and then.
Oh my goodness.
Nice work.
Good job, guys.
That was